Hello everyone, welcome to the graphics in basic art tutorials. In this tutorial we are going to see how a scatter plot chart is created and what are the different parameters that can be applied to beautify our scatter plot chart. The scatter plot, or also called dot chart, is used especially to show the relationship between two numeric variables. Let's see an example. Suppose we want to see the relationship between number of years of education and the income in thousands of 40 employees in a company. Here I have randomly generated my two numeric variables. The first one is education in year, which is x variable, and the second one is income, which is my y variable. I have used set.seed to reproduce the same random number if it is in case required. So let's execute this course. This is my x variable and this is my y variable. So here we can see the two numeric variables are created. Now we can generate the scatter plot using the plot function. Here the first argument is the x value, a comma, and the second argument is the y value. So this is so easy. So let's execute that code. So we can see we got our scatter plot. Alternatively, we have another kind of notation also, which is called formula syntax, and this notation also generates the same scatter plot, but in this case our y variable is the first argument, and there is a tilde sign and then x variable. Actually this is the most widely used notations for scatter plot. So let's execute this code to see if it plots the same scatter plot. Okay, so there was no issue, so it is also generating the same scatter plot. Now let's go to setting up some of the parameters that can be applied to the scatter plot, and the first one is adding titles to the scatter plot. To add the title in a scatter plot, we can use the option main, and in this case I have given the title is income versus years of education. So let's execute this code to put the title on the scatter plot. So here we go, we have a title, and then let's label the axes also and set the limits if necessary to the axes. To label the axes, we can use the option x lab and y lab, and in case if you want to set up the limit for our x and y values, then we can use xlim and ylim options. Here the inputs are given in a vector form, and the first one is the minimum value and the second one is the maximum value. So let's execute this code. Okay, now our x values and y values has been changed, and also we have labeled our axes. The x-axis is years of education and y-axis is income of people in thousand. Now let's go to set another parameter, which is font type and font size. In R there are 5 different font types. One is normal, 2 bold, which is which comes with default, 3 italic, 4 bold italic, and 5 symbol. Um, and also the size of the we can adjust the size of the font that is used for title or labeling the accesses, or the or the size for different values which are applied to the accesses. So to set up the font size, we can specify the option font.main for the title, font.lab for the access label, and in this case I have used 4 for the title, which is bold italics, and 2 bold for labeling the accesses. And also we can adjust the size of the font using CEX option, which is abbreviation of character expansion. So if we use cex.main, then it means the size of the title, and if it is cex.lab, then this is for size of the label on the x-axis and y-axis, and if it is cex.axis, then this is the size for the values which are used in x and y axes. So let's execute this code and see what happens. Okay, so we have determined the font size and font type of our axes and changed accordingly. Now even we can add the subtitle to this scatter plot, and the subtitle that we will be adding will be here just below the label of x-axis, and we can use the option sub for the subtitle, and we can also give the size of the letters that can be used for the subtitle. Here I have given the size is 0.7 because I want to have my subtitle a little bit smaller than my X label, and by default the size of every font is 1. So let's execute this code. Okay, so I have my subtitle here, data of 40 people. Now let's change the color of the different dots which are used in the scatter plot, and we can change the color using the input col. In this case I want to use the red dots, so I have given my color is red, and let's execute it. Okay, all the dots are now red. Now we can change the dot shape and size that is being used for the scatter plot. To change the dot shape, we use the input PCS, which is a plotting character, and there are so many plot shape. To actually see what is plot shape and what are different types of plot shapes, let's see this PCH in our help, and you can see here there are altogether 26 plot shape, and they have been given different numbers, and accordingly we can choose the plot shape. So for example, if I choose my PCS equals to 1, then I'll be choosing a circle, but if I choose my PCS equals to 16, then I'm choosing this filled circle. Now one thing here you have to remember, if we want to choose any plotting characters from 21 to 25, then we must also specify the background color, because these are the plotting characters which are filled with some color. So here I want to use my plotting character with number 23, which has to be filled. So I have given my background color also here, and the size of the dot is by default it's 1, and I have kept that as it is. So let's execute this code. Okay, so now my plotting characters are diamond and they are filled with yellow colors. So in 23 it was the diamond shape here, so I have changed my dots into the diamond shaped, actually filled diamond shape. Now at last we can add a base fit line to our scatter plot. For that, first of all we will create a fit object, which is actually a regression of the two numeric variables income and education in year. And then after that we have to use AB line function to the object that we have created to plot the base fit line. So let's execute this code. So we have our fit object created here, and then let's execute this AB line code. Okay, so here we can see the base fit line in our scatter plot. We can zoom in this plot to see the better picture of what's going on. And so this is our scatter plot with diamond shaped dot and our which are yellow filled, and there is a best fit line to our scatter plot. Okay, so we have created the scatter plot and applied different parameters to the plot, and also at last we have the best fit line is added to the scatter plot. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you guys in next video.